Welcome back to another video. Today, coming in a little bit late for you guys, but I've got the August 2023 market update for the Greater Toronto Area. Today's video is going to encompass the whole GTA. It's not going to get specific into the specific areas within. If you want one of those specific videos, they will be coming up shortly throughout the rest of the week on the channel. We'll be covering Brampton, Mississauga, Cambridge, and Georgetown, just to name a couple of the other cities. So what we're gonna do, like always, is break down the GTA Realtors release, which comes directly from TREB. We're gonna go through the article quickly here. It'll be on screen as I read it. If you wanna skip this portion, scan over the video and feel free to move yourself a little bit more forward in the video. If you wanna follow along with me, that is what we are gonna do. And then we will break down the 416 and 905 breakdown for the different housing categories and tell you what I think is going to come next throughout the rest of the fall market here in the GTA. So before we get into the article, if you want to reach out to me, if you have any questions surrounding the real estate market in the GTA, even if you're just thinking of maybe purchasing in the far, far future, don't hesitate. Feel free to text me at the number here on screen. We can talk about the real estate market. I can get you into my monthly email newsletters just to keep you up to date on what's happening with the real estate market. So let's take a look here at what the GTA Realtors release has to say. So on September 5th is when we got this release here. The Greater Toronto Area home sales were down on a year-over-year basis. In August 2024, new listings were up slightly over the same period of time, while the region's housing market remained well supplied in August. And when they say well supplied, it means we have a lot of inventory. The average home prices only edged slightly lower compared to August 2023. Which to me is also surprising. We've seen very, very flat market over the last year or so. We haven't seen prices fall back too much, which means homeowners have been able to sustain their payments even though the rates were fairly high, and now they're starting to come down, which is good news. The Bank of Canada's rate cut announcement on September 4th will lead to a further improvement in affordability, especially for those of us who are on the variable rate mortgage, like myself. If you want to see my opinion on the update from the Bank of Canada, I do have that video done. You can click it in the top corner here. Feel free to update yourself on what the Bank of Canada announcement was. Spoiler alert, they dropped another 25 basis points. So first-time buyers are especially sensitive to changes in the borrowing costs. As the mortgage rates continue to trend lower this year and next, we should experience an uptick in first-time buying activity, including the condo market, said Toronto Regional Real Estate President Jennifer Pierce. The condo market is a real big sticking point right now because we have a ton of inventory. If you have a detached or semi-detached in Toronto, they're moving at a reasonable pace. But if you have a condo product, whether it's a townhouse or a condo apartment style, they are not moving very quickly at all unless you have something that's priced well and very unique. And you must have purchased it pre-2018 to 2019 because then you'll have some equity in that product. If you bought it in 2021 or 2022, it's likely that you're selling backwards based on what you purchased it for. So that's something to keep in mind as well when you're buying and when you're selling one of these condos. So the GTA Realtors reported 4,975 home sales through TREB's MLS system in August, which was down 5.3% compared to 5,200 sales a year ago the same time. So new listings entered into the MLS system amounted to 12,547, which was up slightly 1.5% on a year-over-year basis. So sales are down 5%, inventory is up slightly 1%, so we just have more inventory as a whole here. August sales edged up on a monthly basis compared to July, where new listings were down slightly compared to the previous month. The MLS home price composite benchmark was down 4.6% year over year, and in August 2024, the average sale price was down 0.8% compared to last year the same time, which was $1,074,000 in August 2023. And last year, same time, we were looking at $1,082,000. So less than $10,000 difference on a year-over-year basis here. As borrowing costs trend lower over the next year and a half, homebuyers will initially benefit from both the lower monthly mortgage payments as well as the lower home prices. Even as demand picks up, especially in 2025, they're hinting that demand will pick up in 2025, assuming that the rates continue to fall down on the variable side and on the fixed side. Of course, we don't know what will happen for certain, but it does sound like things are headed that way. It's going to take some time for the inventory of the listings to get absorbed, especially on the condo side of things. With the ample choice in the market, they're stating that it's going to keep price growth moderate, at least in the initial phases of recovery. Today's elevated listing inventory will ultimately recede. We need to maintain and sustain focus on boosting some home construction, especially as it relates to producing the right mix of home types to meet the consumers. This is the big thing. We are pushing build, 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 but when they build, build, build up, that's not what people are looking for. And I think the current market is telling us just that. There's a lot of condos, people are not jumping at them because that's not what the market wants. The market wants obviously affordability, but the market also wants more space. So if we can figure out what that looks like on the home builder side, maybe it's more stacked condos, maybe it's more of that outdoor space that the actual apartment buildings don't have. I don't know exactly what that solution is because the price is an issue as well. They have to be an entry-level price point for people to get into the market. This new housing also has to be affordable. Municipalities can help by reducing development charges, which are ultimately passed on to the home buyers. If people can't find affordable housing in the GTA or surrounding Greater Toronto Horseshoe, they will move elsewhere and not necessarily other parts of Ontario or Canada for that matter. So housing is a key driver in the region's economic development, said TREB CEO John D. Michele. So we've gone over the breakdown here. Always they're going to promote that if we build more houses, things will get better. As the rates lower, things will get better. They definitely are not going to push a negative narrative here. They kind of like to ride that fine line, which I understand. That is their job. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the numbers, what things look like this past month here. So I'll take you through the 416 and the 905 categories. Detached, semi-detached, town, and condo apartments. So we're going to start with the detached homes. Sales-wise, there was 484 sales in the Toronto area, averaging 1.692. On the 905 side of things, there was 1,734 detached sales, so quite a bit. The average there was 1.336. Semi-detached side of things, Toronto always has quite a lot of these and they hold price very well. So Toronto 416 had 133 sales, averaging a 1.204. And then the sales side of things in the 905 was 294 and they averaged just under $1 million at 945,000. Townhouse side, 169 transactions in Toronto, averaging at 906. These are freehold townhouses, keep in mind, not condo. And then 905 region, 703 sales. Obviously, it's a much bigger area. The average there was 888, so not too far off of what the Toronto 416 postal was. Condos, Toronto always wins here. 922 condo sales, averaging 681. That takes into account every type of condo. We're talking 1, 2, 3 bedroom types of condos or bachelors. So that is what we're looking at there. 905 side of things, 495 sales, averaging at 661. So price not that far off from what Toronto is at. I think Toronto is closer to the 905 in price because there's so much inventory. We're seeing some of these Toronto sellers just needing to clear out their product and they are maybe offering some lower prices ultimately than they would like to. So those are the breakdowns between the housing type and the actual breakdown between the 905 and the 416 on the average price side of things. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the year-over-year summary that I've got here. If we're just looking year-over-year, we'll do it, but with a grain of salt. We need to think about what's happening in the market. Rates are changing, economy is changing, but sales side of things, we're down 5.3% year-over-year. Last year we had 5,200 sales in the same time period. We had 4,900 this time around. New listings was virtually the same, 1% difference between them, but the active amount of inventory is the big thing here. So we are actually up 46% inventory-wise. We have 22,653 active listings. Last year, same time, we had 15,492. So we have a 7,000 unit increase year over year in product that's on the market. A lot of it might be condo, a lot of it might be investors, but we have a 46% increase in inventory, which is not great. We want the inventory to be lower than that, more of a balanced market, kind of like what we had last year, 15,000, maybe 12,000 units on the market. But right now we're still in a buyer's market, especially in the condo side of things, because we have this increased inventory. Last year, days on market were around 20. We're up 40%. So we're up 8 days on top of that, averaging 28 days on market. So something to consider. If you're going to sell your house, you need to just think about the big picture. How long is it going to take to get things done? What does the time frame look like? Before you go and put it on, you just need to understand what that looks like. Ultimately, what this breakdown here for the GTA market is a lot of the same. Inventory has not changed substantially over the last couple months, but it's a good update for you. If you're looking to sell your home, keep in mind, prices have stayed fairly stable, which is good. This is our last chance of the year to have a good market, so to speak. We didn't get the spring market. We didn't get the summer market. The fall market generally is second best to the spring. So let me know in the comment section down below. Will we actually get a good fall market? Will middle of September through the end of October look a lot better for home sellers, home buyers, and the real estate market in general? Don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section down below. And if you want to talk real estate with me, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section, text me at the number here on screen, or book an appointment in the description box down below. There are so many ways we can connect and talk real estate. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.